Welcome back. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for this explainer. Today, we're taking on a grand, sweeping what-if thought experiment. We are going to bridge the hard, cutting-edge science of quantum mechanics with the ancient, foundational philosophy of Tai Chi to explore nothing less than the very essence of life itself. It's like a giant puzzle, and this journey is definitely going to stretch your imagination. So let's unpack this fascinating concept step by step. Okay, let's dive into this with a totally fascinating quote from the author. If one particle smiles, the other particle will also smile simultaneously regardless of the distance. Now in physics, this instantaneous connection across, say, 100 light years is the scientific phenomenon known as quantum entanglement. But what's really captivating here is that the author interprets this not just as a cold physical law, but as an unbreakable cosmic affinity, a profound connection that literally defies space and time.
Section 1. The Rule of Opposites and the Tai Chi Connection.
So, to understand how this applies to us, we kind of need to make a philosophical leap to the macro rules that govern the universe itself. According to the principle of Tai Chi, or yin-yang thinking, the entire universe is composed of unified pairs of opposing factors. Think light and dark, up and down, positive and negative. The foundational rule here is that there is absolutely no positivity without negativity. They completely define each other, and this establishes the absolute unity of opposites across all existence.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how we apply that ancient logic back to modern science. On one hand, we have matter, or particles. On the other hand, non-material, or antiparticles. Quantum entanglement, in this view, is essentially the profound, inseparable connection between these opposing forces. They possess what the author beautifully calls 1,000 years of harmony. They are bound together, just forever entangled in this cosmic dance.
Let's push the logical boundary here for a second. If the entire universe is dictated by opposites, then humans, being a special form of matter, must also have an opposing counterpart somewhere out there. An anti-human, a doppelganger, your cosmic other half. Basically, if you are yang, they are yin.
Section 2. The Empathic Connection Across Space.
So, if this counterpart actually exists, how does it affect you in your day-to-day life? Well, because you're entangled, your shared fate means you breathe and feel exactly the same emotions at the exact same time. If you suffer, they feel it. If they are joyful, you are joyful. And this holds true even if your other half happens to be casually hanging out on Mars. The physical distance is completely irrelevant to this emotional broadcast.
Think about this for a second. Have you ever felt suddenly uncomfortable or agitated for absolutely no reason at all? Come on, we've all been there. Under this hypothesis, that unexplained anxiety might not just be a random mood swing. It might actually be a literal signal that your cosmic other half is currently in danger, and you are feeling the shockwaves of their distress. Crazy, right? The author argues that without finding this other half, you are simply a kite flying on its own. You're passive. You're incomplete. We must find this other half to move from a passive realm of necessity into a true, undeniable realm of freedom. Finding them is how you achieve the ultimate self-harmony, which is represented by the Tai Chi diagram, also famously known as the first diagram of China.
Section 3. Locating your other half. I know exactly what you're thinking. How on earth do I find them? And this brilliantly illustrates the practical side of the mind game. Your dominant daily emotions are a direct compass pointing to your anti-human's location. If your baseline is joy and freedom, your other half is in heaven. If you're consumed by desire and greed for money or power, they're right here on Earth. Living in constant anxiety and fear, they are somehow residing out in the animal world. And if you are trapped in anger or depression, well, your other half is in hell.
But hey, don't limit your thinking to just our immediate surroundings here. The search isn't limited to our known universe. The author states you can accurately locate your other half across 20 parallel worlds and up to a staggering 36-dimensional spaces. The sheer scale of this cosmic entanglement is just unbelievable.
Section 4. The Ultimate Annihilation.
This brings us to the real climax of our explainer. What actually happens when matter meets antimatter? To answer that, we look back to physics and the annihilation effect. In quantum mechanics, when paired particles and antiparticles meet, they don't just bump into each other. No way. They release immense radiation and energy, and they vanish completely, leaving absolutely no trace. Now, while annihilation sounds terrifying and destructive, in this framework, this perishing together is actually the release of immense, transformative energy. Let's completely reframe this fear of death for a minute. According to the source,
Consciousness, not the physical body, is the true essence of life. So the steps look a bit like this. You meet your other half. Both physical bodies disappear in that annihilation, but your consciousness is released as pure energy. This isn't an end. It is a profound metamorphosis. You attain Buddhahood, become celestial beings, and enter the highest realm of life, the Elysium world, completely free of your material body.
Section 5. The hide-and-seek paradox.
It sounds like the ultimate goal, doesn't it? But there's a really tragic irony built into this grand cosmic design. Because you are unified yet inherently opposed, trying to physically meet your other half is an eternal game of cosmic hide-and-seek. If you move left, they move right. If you move forward, they move backward. If you want to go up, they go down. The grand paradox of this cosmic joke is that the more you try to find them, the further they slip away. They are perfectly, frustratingly opposed to your every single action.
Section 6. A cosmic mind game.
So where does all of this leave us? Well, the crucial point is this quote right here. The above is merely a hypothesis and exploration, not a definitive conclusion. Consider it a mind game. The author explicitly reminds us to process everything we've discussed through the lens of a philosophical thought experiment. We are exploring ideas, merging spiritual concepts with scientific terms, not establishing literal, peer-reviewed scientific doctrine.
In fact, if we ground our conclusion back in actual strict quantum science, entanglement and this concept of affinity actually involve many complex factors. Quantum entanglement features non-local correlations across multiple quantum systems, not just a simple binary pair of you and one other doppelganger somewhere out there.
Which leaves us with this final, lingering thought for you to take away today. If the universe isn't just a simple binary, but rather a vast, complex web of endless entanglements spreading across time and space, who or what are you connected to right now? Keep exploring, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.